Welcome to your new home, colonists. Take a breath, a deep, oxygen-regulated breath, and pay close attention because this mandatory survival explainer is absolutely crucial. I'm your mission commander, and over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the literal, boots-on-the-ground realities of living on the red planet in the year 2050. You know, you've trained for years to get here, but surviving a planet that was never meant for life, that requires absolute discipline, unyielding focus, and a perfect understanding of the systems that are keeping you alive right now.
Before we really get going, I want you to just look out the window. Seriously, do a quick reality check. Compare the gentle, forgiving world you just came from with the frozen, irradiated desert out there. On Earth, you had oceans, forests, breathable air. Easy, right? Here on Mars, the sky is orange, the atmosphere is totally toxic, and temperatures regularly nosedive below -100 degrees Celsius. Now, the one silver lining? The only comfort, really, is that our Martian day is incredibly similar to Earth's. It lasts exactly 24 hours and 37 minutes, which is a lifesaver for your biological clocks. But make no mistake, outside our walls is a hostile wasteland that would end your mission in minutes without our tech.
Okay, let's dive into the schedule so you know exactly what protocols are keeping you breathing every single day. We've got Welcome to the Domes, automated air and water systems, Martian food production protocols, the threat of extreme isolation, and finally, our interplanetary future. Let's roll.
First up, Section 1, Welcome to the Domes, which is basically your protective shell. Look, without these massive shields and our whole network of underground tunnels blocking the space radiation and those deadly dust storms, you simply wouldn't survive. It's that simple. These giant domes hold our oxygen, they meticulously control the temperature, and they shield us from a constant bombardment of radiation. By combining these surface domes with the underground tunnels, we've essentially built an artificial bubble where life can feel surprisingly normal. You can work in offices, hit the gym, even watch a movie. But you've got to remember, the frozen desert is always just inches away on the other side of that glass.
Moving on to Section 2, automated air and water systems. Meet your invisible guardians.
Rule number 1 here, do not interfere with our automated systems. AI robots are the true operators running the show, rigorously managing literally every drop of water and breath of air you take. I mean, long before you even arrived, these bots were out here building habitats, setting up solar panels, and digging our tunnels. Today, they manage the oxygen supply, recycle our water, regulate the power grid, and even run our transportation, like the electric rovers and magnetic trains. They are the absolute backbone of our daily survival. Even your spacesuits have built-in AI assistants and health monitors.
And honestly, this brilliantly hits the nail on the head. Mars may become the first fully AI-powered civilization. To survive a planet that actively wants to kill us, we have to completely depend on artificial intelligence. We humans are the pioneers, sure, but the robots, they're the custodians of our life support. So respect the machines, report any glitches immediately, and whatever you do, never try to manually override the water or air recycling protocols without direct command authorization.
All right, Section 3, Martian food production protocols, sustaining the mission. I want you to burn this number into your memory, 7. Why? Because that represents the 7 long months it takes for a ship to travel here from Earth. Transporting food across that kind of mind-boggling distance is astronomically expensive and incredibly slow. So, relying on emergency resupply drops from Earth, impossible. If our crops fail, we can't just order delivery from the blue planet. Therefore, your daily food is going to be generated totally in-house through some very strict high-tech farming steps. Step 1, we use closed-loop water recycling to feed our hydroponic farms. Step 2 and 3, we hit them with artificial sunlight to grow genetically modified crops. We're talking potatoes, lettuce, tomatoes, all grown right here. And for protein, Step 4, advanced lab-grown meat production. You'll be eating burgers made entirely inside our space labs without a single farm animal on the entire planet. Well, unless you count yourselves. But seriously, this internal ecosystem is fragile, so every single colonist has to stick to their strict nutritional allocations. Which brings us to Section 4, the threat of extreme isolation, the silent killer. The crushing psychological weight of being millions of kilometers away from Earth is going to test your mental health like absolutely nothing else. Despite all our shiny tech, Mars can be terrifying. You are currently further from your ancestral home than any human beings in the entire history of our species. You're going to face an unprecedented level of isolation out here. Just think about the psychological triggers for a second. 0 oceans, 0 forests, no rain, no fresh breeze,
Just an endless red desert and total, absolute silence outside the domes. And to top it off, because radio signals take so long to travel across space, communicating with Earth has a delay of several minutes. Real-time conversations with your family back home are just physically impossible. You'll send a message, and then you wait in the silence for a reply. So, the really crucial point here is looking inward and asking yourself right now, can you survive the silence? Do you have the psychological fortitude to endure this? Mental health is going to be one of our biggest hurdles. But listen, we have counselors, we have community spaces, and most importantly, we have each other. Lean on your fellow colonists. If you start to feel that crushing weight of the isolation, speak up. Because isolation, that's the one enemy our AI can't fight for us.
Finally, Section 5. Our interplanetary future. Your legacy. By overcoming these daily hazards, by trusting the domes, letting the AI do its job, farming our own food, and battling that isolation, you are the pioneers. You are opening the door for human civilization to exist on more than one planet. You are making us the first interplanetary species. Think about that. Children are going to be born on this planet who may never even visit Earth. To them, Earth will just be a pretty blue dot in the night sky, a distant world their ancestors once called home. But Mars will be their home.
So as you leave this orientation and step out into your new life, I want you to really chew on this question. Is Mars just some daring experiment, or is it our permanent future home? Will humanity choose to stay there forever? Look, it's going to be dangerous, it's going to be freezing, and it's going to be incredibly difficult, but it's also the greatest adventure in human history. The question is no longer if we can reach Mars. You already answered that by sitting in this room. The real question is, what comes next? Welcome to Mars, colonists. You are dismissed.